Hello, my name is Ranger Jennie, and I'm here at Cuyahoga Valley National Park. And today I thought we would go through one of our interpretive pop-ups. This one's specifically about music here in the valley, both past and present. Cuyahoga Valley National Park was part of a broader research project called Green Book Cleveland, looking at Green Book sites in Cleveland and Akron and everywhere in between. And during that research, it was rediscovered that there were some pretty cool jazz clubs here in what is now Cuyahoga Valley National Park. So we thought we would showcase some of those and also just talk about music in the valley in general, because it's a lot of fun. And we wanted to have a fun pop-up. So we're going to go through a little bit of this today. So our goal for this pop-up was that visitors will find a way to connect with others. And then our essential theme question is, how does a shared experience transcend boundaries? And remember, an essential theme question is like a big, overarching, broad, societal level question that doesn't really have any one answer. So to kind of encourage people to walk up, we have a nice, easy, green level dialogic question. And it is, what is your favorite musical instrument? So hopefully people will feel comfortable to come up and write down, their favorite musical instrument. And then you can play off of that. And we have some information cards about different music that was here in the valley. Some of these are current, some of them are past sites, and they each have another dialogic question attached to them that doesn't necessarily need to be answered. Like this one, we want to encourage people to write on the board, but these ones are just kind of for people to think over while they're reading the information or talking about the information to kind of prompt some connection. So we have some, 3 current musical venues in the park. We've got the Blossom Music Center, we've got the Rhythm on the River Summer Concert Series, and then we have the GAR Hall. And then we have some past musical venues. We have the Peninsula Nightclub, which heyday was kind of in the 1940s. And then we have our 2 Green Book sites. We've got the Cabin Club or the Drift Inn Club. The name did change a little bit. And then we also have the Lake Glen Country Club. And then we also have the Harris family, who lived in Everett, and this was in what is now Cuyahoga Valley. It's one of the little towns. And John Harris played the banjo, and so he wasn't necessarily playing at large crowds or anything like that, but he was playing for his family and for his community. And so we're encouraging people to think you don't have to be performing music, you can just play it because it's a fun hobby. We also have 2 information cards about other national parks that are specifically dedicated just to music, to kind of show that these are stories that are important to the National Park Service and are important stories that we want to share from our nation. And so we've got the New Orleans Jazz National Historical Park, and then we also have the Wolf Trap National Park for the performing arts. Some of our other props on this table, we've got some instruments. These ones we're encouraging people to play and kind of play with. Little kids love to play with the instruments. And so to kind of make some spontaneous music while they're here at the table. But then we also have a jazz record, and we have a jazz CD and a music player. So if we can have actual jazz music playing, and so it's like an extra sensory experience. There's things to touch, there's things to look at, and there's things to hear and listen to as well. We'll also hopefully have another table kind of off to the side, and that will have a community experience kind of option where it is brown paper that will have a statement and some questions that people are welcome to write in their own responses for, so they can share it with their fellow visitors. And essentially the statement is that music has the power to bring people together and to create positive memories. And then the questions are, what is your favorite song? So that's another one of our green level easy questions. And then the next question is, what positive memory does it bring to mind? And that's a little bit more of a yellow question. You kind of have to be a little bit more engaged to answer that one. But we're hoping people will share, and they'll share with their fellow visitors, and people will be encouraged to kind of write down their fun, kind of treasured memories, because we know that a lot of these sites that we've just been learning about also created fun, treasured memories for the people that participated and listened to music and went to dance clubs there as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. This will go out in the community, so at community events, but it'll also be deployed here in the park. We've test run it just once so far as of this recording, and it went really well. So we're really excited to share just kind of this fun, very interactive interpretive pop-up. Thank you.